I guess that's another new thing, recycling is a popular thing, and we encourage that too. And he's been wonderful about providing us with both information and support in doing that. So keeps our trash down as well. So.
All right, thank you, Warren, and if we need you for the public hearing, we'll come down and get you.
I'll be right down the hall.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Warren.
Okay, we're gonna skip over minutes for now, and, is there anyone here for correspondence? I'm sorry, public comment.
Last man,
Okay, and, we can hold off on signing the bans until after our,
Mary Ann is here,
Oh, Mary Ann is here.
and I don't think it'll take more than a minute to just to go through.
okay, then, we have a motion for that?
We do. Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the sale of $1,325,334 bond anticipation notes, I apologize, at a rate of 2.3440%, dated June 6, 2008, and due September 18, 2008, payable to Eastern Bank.
Motion made by Mr. Harris,
I'm
seconded by Mr. Vino. Perhaps Mary Ann can tell us what this particular bond is for.
This bond is for the Eisenhower Pond, and it's for water, for $180,000 for water, and then there's another $50,000 for, another $50,000 for well bonds for water too.
So it's water and Eisenhower.
Yes.
Okay, any other questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous? I guess,
Thank you.
I'll present these at the end of the evening for signature by the
okay,
board.
fine. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mary Ann.
Thank you.
At this point, we'll discuss trash fees. We're running late for very good reasons, and I appreciate your patience. Mr. Hanlon, who's going to
Good evening.
kick this off?
Sure. The members of Recycling Committee here tonight, Don Kelleher is also here representing the Finance Committee. He's the liaison to Public Works. And Mike and Mark are here with me primarily because Mark has a lot to do with the billing. He aligns the trash billing with the water billing. So he's been a major piece on the implementation of the administration piece, our high-tech guru. Mike is also here, and you're going to see more of Mike because I'm transitioning. This year I'll be transitioning out as your DPW director and bringing more of the staff in through the learning curve on some of the bigger items that just can't, I don't expect we're going to be able to complete on my watch, or they're going to be just work in progress. And this is obviously one of the issues that is ongoing. We obviously Plan A was the budget with the override. Plan B was the budget less the override. So we have a little over $100,000 to pull out of stabilization that was approved out of town meeting. This is Neswick. This was the post-Neswick solid waste stabilization. This is not town stabilization. To offset the bottom line budget of solid waste. And we did say that based on that, the fees would have to go up, and we were estimating somewhere in the $60 range per year. Now, the good news, we have bad news and good news. The bad news is the rate does have to go up. The fee has to go up. Good news is that, and you should, you've got this in your mailer, that we're looking at a $46 increase per residence for the year. There's a second part to this also. Solid waste is not an enterprise, but the town treats that line item as an enterprise. It's voted on separately because we pull money out of solid waste stabilization. And folks are paying for this as a fee. So what surplus monies are considered solid waste monies because people are paying fees. if our tonnage is, we estimate a conservative tonnage, that means we want to make sure that we deliver what we say or less. And on that budgeting strategy, there may be dollars left in the account, which would then become surplus at the end of the year, free cash. Also, their stabilization is injected into that budget, and we may or may not have to draw down on that. So either of those two items may constitute surplus at the end of the year, go into free cash. Our plan between the town administrator and the finance director is to go to October town meeting. In every case, we have a surplus at the end of the year, and target that amount of money from free cash back into the solid waste stabilization. So we have a method to feed that account and then draw back down on it to offset the budget. In our work, we feel that this rate could be continued for 3 years. Now, we're taking into consideration increases in the trash hauler, increases in our tipping fee, but we believe that we can, through stabilization costs, that we can feed back into, there'll still be a net positive to feed back into the stabilization over at least the next 3 years to level that rate. Now, I know the board is considering a number of menus off this current solid waste program. Just to remind you that the program, we're not in best financial times. We want to make sure that we have a service to the town that is operative, it's clean, and we're not having a lot of piracy around town, dumping, cheating, and financially, of course, very sound, and we're there. So we want to certainly, first of all, recommend a plan that will keep us there. Now, the recycling committee, as you know, would like to see us consider pay-as-you-throw or a hybrid of pay-as-you-throw. And that's obviously on the table at any time the board wants to pick up and reconsider that. Now, the hybrid, just to bring up to speed, the hybrid today, if we went with that route, the fee, annual fee per household would be $135. The truck to go by is going to cost the resident $135, and that's to keep a price of about $1.75 per bag if we decided to reconsider that. Just want you to, mathematically, those are the numbers that come out based on the increases today.
And that's what you're defining as the hybrid system?
That's what, and the recycling committee's on board with that. To go purely pay-as-you-throw it's too much of a risk financially to us. It's too volatile. In other words, you're depending on total purchase of bags at something that, I mean, we worked that number out quite some time ago, but let's just throw out $4 a bag fee. No one's going to pay $4. They're going to do whatever they can to get rid of that rubbish, any way they can. And so we're going to be short revenue, and that program's going to be in real trouble. So we have to make sure we secure our fixed costs. At least that's our strong recommendation. And to secure that is to come up with a fee that covers the fixed costs. And then the variable would be, of course, the rubbish that's put out at a bag fee. That may have to be adjusted over time based on the revenue that you're projecting versus the revenue that's real at the end of the year. The other issues on the agenda, I think we need to just revisit. I think the board was pretty clear to us the last time, but we want to make you aware of, again, opportunities or situations that you may want to consider going forward. We're not asking for the board, except for one item or maybe two, to make a decision tonight. This, again, is a work in progress report regarding stabilizing our budget. Is it based on the fact that we didn't have the override passed, and then looking out where this program can go. The item 3, disposable of large items. White goods, again, are a pass-through. Somebody has an appliance, they call the 800 number, they pay in advance, they tell them what day to put it out, picked up, excellent service, good program. I believe that's $25 per item. TVs and computer monitors, we pick up. They can call, and they'll be picked up, or they can be put out with the rubbish, and the drivers will radio in and get those picked up same day that they're put out on the Tuesday. Now, the only, and we picked up over 600 items. This program is extremely successful in terms of people got something old, put it out, it's gone. And it's direct, like the white good. So there's no chance of it being dumped.
David, before you go on the TVs and computer monitors, there's no charge?
There's no charge.
No
We
charge.
absorb
It's built
that,
into
and the cost of the town this year was, I believe it was $9,000. Now, yeah, 9,195. It's a small amount of money to keep the town clean. And I only know that going back to when we had the bags here, at 65 cents a bag. 65 cents for a bag. And people were going out of their way, in the woods, on Willow Street, wherever they could find a hole, a swamp, to dump a bag. It's incredible for 65 cents. So that is short money to make sure the town is green and clean. However, I want to make you aware that TVs, those that have rabbit ears, they're not, everything's going to go digital. And even though people may have a cable TV and can get the digital with the box, they may just decide, you know what, this is a good year to get a new TV. So we could be bombarded with that. If we are, we can do one of two things. We can pick it up, status quo. If we need a budget adjustment, if we see some prices, then we may have to go into stabilization in October town meeting and make some adjustments. The other is to consider having folks pay. My recommendation is to do nothing, just be aware, because it's going to be a wave. It's not going to be consistent. So to go up on a fee is short run, and by the time we initiated the proper fee, too much time would go by. So I'm leaning to the option that we just pick it up and absorb those costs. But that may spike this year as a result of that change.
I don't know if you've heard on the news recently, Best Buy is piloting a free disposal of monitors and TVs.
Yeah, and
probably in anticipation.
We
for
need
what's
to
about to
encourage, we need to encourage folks to do just that, right? When they go buy them,
happen. Bring your old one.
bring your old one, or if Best Buy is going to deliver, will they take that back? That's something perhaps I could ask Eddie to check into, because we could do a separate flyer on that.
I suspect other retailers will do that too.
And in all due respect to Selectman Vino, I know where his position is on bulky items, but I got to bring it up to you anyway, and of course that's always an opportunity. Right now, everybody can put out one bulky item per week, which is like a sofa, like a piece of furniture. And over a period of 4 to 6 weeks, someone can really just clean up a room that they're redoing a whole new set of furniture, and basically use the current system to get rid of it if they're patient enough. So we've always said you can always consider requiring a fee for that, and that could work two ways, just like